In today's session, we are going to discuss about the various licenses or the editions of Salesforce. So what are the various editions offered by Salesforce and which edition generally the customers are using for their applications and the development? And then what are the prices for each and every edition? And now we'll see practically here. Now suppose for example, I'm having the Windows operating system. Microsoft offers Windows operating system, where so many people are using the different flavors of Windows operating system. It may be XP, it may be Windows 7 or Windows 8 or Windows 10 or Windows Server 2012. It may be anything. So there are various releases are given by the Salesforce, and in each and every latest version, Microsoft is going to be offering some additional features inside that. Now let's come to a version. So now the most of the people are commonly using the Windows 7, which is a very flexible to us to use, which is providing the effective graphical user interfaces to us, which is providing the very user-friendly interfaces to us to manage that system by using the mouse clicks itself. Now, so when coming to the Windows 7, do we have any additions inside this Windows 7? Do we have any additions inside the Windows 7 operating system offered by Microsoft? Anyone?
Yes.
Yeah. So in the Windows 7, Microsoft is providing the various editions, like as Windows 7 Basic Edition, Windows 7 Home Edition, Windows 7 Professional Edition, and they have offered Windows 7 Enterprise Edition, and they have offered Windows 7 Ultimate Edition. Like that, inside a Windows 7 operating system itself, Microsoft is going to be releasing the various editions of that software. So it depends upon the need, we can able to buy the associated the edition, and based on that edition, you will be getting the associated features inside that. Now, the most of the people are going to be using the Ultimate Edition or the Enterprise Edition when coming to the implementations. Like the same way, Salesforce is providing the Salesforce CRM, they're offering the platform to you. While providing this Salesforce CRM as well as a platform, they are also providing the various editions to you. Now, basically, Salesforce is offering totally 7 editions of Salesforce, where from those 7 editions, we are having 6 editions are there, which are paid editions. 6 paid editions are there, like as Contact Manager Edition, and then this is also called as Salesforce IQ Starter CRM, and we are having the Professional Edition. This is also called as Lightning Professional, and we are having Enterprise Edition. This is also called as Lightning Enterprise Edition, and we are having the Unlimited Edition. This is called as Lightning Unlimited, and we are having the Performance Edition. So now these are the 6 paid editions offered by the Salesforce to you: the Contact Manager Edition, the Group Edition, and the Professional Edition, Enterprise Edition, Unlimited Edition, and the Performance Edition. These are the 6 paid editions are provided by the Salesforce to you. So now, along with that 6 paid editions, they're offering a free developer edition also. Now we are having a free developer edition also, which is available to you on free of cost, so that no need to pay any amount and directly we can able to access that. So now, if the Salesforce is offering 6 paid editions, then what will be the prices for that? Now, so now when coming to the Salesforce, they're offering each and every functionality in terms of a service, nothing but on rental basis. Now, if you want to use a license of Contact Manager Edition, no need to invest a huge amount. The investment is very, very less, because in terms of the installments, like as monthly wise, you can pay some rental amount, we can able to access that edition of Salesforce. Now, for this Contact Manager Edition, they are charging $25 per month per user license. Per month per user, we have to pay $25. Now, if you want to buy the whole software as a package, then we have to invest a huge amount. But a startup company cannot able to invest that much of amount. So that Salesforce is offering these services to you on rental basis. So that if you want to use the contact manager edition, then we can able to take it on rental basis where we have to pay $25 per month per user license. So now if it is a contact manager edition, then we can able to add maximum of 5 users, not more than that. We can have maximum of 5 users for this contact manager edition. But if my business is keep on growing, if I'm getting more number of customers, if I'm adding more number of employees, if I'm adding more number of partners, then this license we cannot able to extend. We cannot able to add more number of users because this license will itself will accept maximum of 5 users, not more than that. That is a problem that we have when coming to the contact manager edition. And then, so that we can able to go for that group edition. For this group edition, they're charging $50 per month per user license. Per user license. Whatever the license amount is available, that license amount they are going to be billing for every year. So nothing but we have to pay that 1 year's rental amount at a time itself. We cannot pay monthly wise. So now per every month they will be charging some $50 per month per user license. So that depends upon the number of users that we have to buy that associated number of licenses. So without a license, we cannot add any user in Salesforce. Every user should have a license. By using that license only, they can able to enter into the force.com platform and they can able to perform the operations like they can perform some DML operations, they can retrieve some data, they can create some records. Every operation they can perform through that license itself. Without the license, the user can't enter into that force.com platform and they cannot perform any operations inside that. Now professional edition. For this professional edition, they are charging $75 per month per user license. And for this enterprise edition, they're charging $150 per month per user license. Now for the unlimited edition, they're charging $300 per month per user license. For the performance edition, they're charging $350 per month per user license. So now these are the licensing costs given by the Salesforce for each and every edition. So now when coming to the real-time implementations, most of the organizations are going to be using unlimited edition. Most of the organizations are going to be using this unlimited edition when coming to the implementation. Whenever you are joining into an organization, then they will be having this unlimited edition license, and then in that license they will be adding you also as a user because you are also one of the Salesforce developer who has joined into the team, so that you need the access on that Salesforce application so that you can able to work on those functionalities. So that they will be adding you as a user. In order to add you as a user, they need a license. Now that license has to be provided by the client itself. Depends upon the number of developers, they need to provide that licenses. Every Salesforce developer will be having the Salesforce administrator permissions because as a developer, we don't know on which feature do we need to work upon. That will be decided by the requirement. Sometimes we need to work those complete those features by using some simple configuration features. By using mouse pointers itself, we can able to implement that. But for some time, we need to implement that feature by writing some code. We need to use some Apex programming. We need to use some Visual Force programming. At that time, we need the access on that platform also. Sometimes we need to integrate the Salesforce with some external system so that we need to design some web services also. So now in this kind of scenario, as a developer, we don't know on which feature we need to work upon. That will be decided by the requirement so that as a developer, they will be having the full control on the entire Salesforce organization. So that here, for each and every Salesforce developer, they are going to be providing the system administrator permission, nothing but the Salesforce administrator permission, so that they can access each and every feature available inside that Salesforce. Now, so now you can raise a question also here. Salesforce is providing so many types of additions to you. Then every edition will be having their own independent cost. Then why the people are going for this unlimited edition only? Why they can't use with this contact manager and the professional or the enterprise or the unlimited edition? So now why they are going to be using these editions here? Now, so now here we will be having this question in our mind. Everybody will be having that. So now when coming to the unlimited edition, we are having the provision that we can able to add unlimited number of users. Because if the organization is very, very big, like suppose for example, we are having the Dell organization. So now Dell is the highest payer for Salesforce, one of the highest payer for Salesforce. Dell is using the Salesforce implementation since almost 9 years. Now they're having their business in the entire worldwide. They have spread across their business to entire worldwide. They're having so many factories. They're having so many Dell service centers are there. They're having so many sales partners are also there. Everybody is using the Salesforce implementation. So now in order to add each and every employee as a user for the Salesforce application, in order to add every customer, in order to add every partner to that Salesforce application, they need a separate license. So now for that, they are going to be purchasing the multiple licenses so that as soon as the businesses keep on growing, they can able to add few more partners, they can add few more customers, they can add few more employees also. So that it should not have any restriction. Why? Because is whatever the business I'm doing, I cannot stop after some certain period of time. I cannot stop once I get a specific amount of revenue. I want to keep on generate some more revenue. I want to keep on grow my business as well. So that here, whenever my business will keep on growing, then I would like to add few more employees. I would like to add few more users from a Salesforce application. There should not be having any limitations. For that, in unlimited edition, we can able to add unlimited number of users. Now, so not only in the banking, not only in the other organizations, the people who are using Salesforce, now because of this cloud computing, most of the people are going to be getting some benefits as well. Suppose for example here, now let's take a general scenario. For example, we are having that movie industry. When coming to the movie industry, the people are going to be facing a major problem, that is piracy. Now, so now as a movie director or as a producer, they're investing a huge amount in order to prepare that movie, and then they are going to be preparing the multiple copies of that movie file in terms of the reels, and then they're placing those reels into the small boxes and they're distributing to the various theaters. So this is the general process is happening sometime before. So now if the movie wants to release into the 200 theaters, which is in different centers, they have to prepare the 200 copies of that movie reel, and each and every movie reel copy has to be sent to that associated theater. Now, in this meantime, there is some chances of making the piracy copy of that movie also, because of that the movie, the producer and the director, these people are getting so much loss. So now in this kind of scenario, in order to avoid this kind of piracy problem, they have approached that cloud computing approach. They're also using that cloud services. Now the people are going to be purchasing some amount of memory from the cloud storage, and they're preparing that movie file with good quality, with good audio and the video, everything. And they're placing that movie file inside that cloud space. And then the theater people who wants to play that movie in their theater, they have to pay some amount to that the producer or the distributor, and then he will be granting the access on that file to that particular theater people, so that these theater people can access that file through that satellite. Through by using a small equipment, they can able to access that movie file. Nothing but what happened, we're preparing that movie file, only one copy of the movie file is available, no need to prepare the multiple copies, no need to distribute to the theater itself. We can place into our cloud storage. From there, the people can able to access that movie file, and then they can able to play that movie in their theaters. And then whenever they are going to be granting the access to the theater people, then depends upon that theater, depends upon the timings, they will be granting the access. They cannot access the movie file more than 4 times a day. Depends upon the theater here. So that they are going to be granting the access. They will be restricting their permissions on that file itself. That's what here, when coming to the most of the people in the industry, they are going to be approaching this cloud space. Now, for example, Come to one more general scenario. So now we are having our mobiles. In each and every mobiles, some apps has been installed. Some ready-made apps has been installed. It may be like as iPhone, it may be Samsung, it may be Sony, it may be whatever the manufacturer. Now I want some more apps also to be get installed into my mobile. Then what we can do? We are having a common storage. We are having a common location that is called as Play Store or App Store if it is in iPhone. Now in that App Store, what we have a collection of mobile apps are available. Then what exactly that App Store? App Store is nothing but a cloud space. So where they have provided so many applications, and from there we can access, we can install into our mobile based on our need. Now, so now like the same way here, when coming to the Salesforce people are also, they are going to providing the multiple editions. So now when coming to the edition, each and every edition is going to be providing the similar kind of features to you, but the bandwidth is limited. Okay, the bandwidth has been restricted to you. Depends upon the edition, the bandwidth has been completely restricted to you. Like, so now suppose for example here, assume that if I'm taking some internet connections, then those people are offering the different plans to you. You will be having some 1 GB speed plan and a 2 Mbps speed plan, and then 5 Mbps speed plan, and 50 Mbps speed plan, and the 100 Mbps speed plan. Now everybody, even though I'm using the 1 Mbps speed plan also, I can able to access the internet, I can access everything. Even though the people are using 100 Mbps of a speed plan, they can able to access everything also. Everybody will be getting that. But the bandwidth has been limited. Nothing but the downloading data will be limited. Like the same way here also, whenever you are going to be purchasing the license or the edition, depends upon that edition, Salesforce is going to be allocating some amount of space. That space is limited. In that space, if you are going to be creating some objects, then those number of tables will be getting limited to you. Like that here, the bandwidth has been restricted to you. Depends upon that edition, you will be getting some more spaces here. If you're using the performance edition, then you will be getting the more space so that we can able to add more users, we can store more amount of data. The possibilities are available to you. And when coming to the features also, you will be getting more features over there. Nothing but by using each and every edition, we can able to send the email notification. But the number of emails you are going to send per 24 hours time frame, that will be different from edition to edition. Nothing but all the features are available, but in each and every feature, you will be having some bandwidth. It's there that bandwidth has been different from edition to edition. So now, for that here, when coming to the unlimited edition, you will be having more number of the features will be available to you. Nothing but will be having the more bandwidth so that we can able to perform more operations inside that. So that most of the organizations or the clients are going to be using the unlimited edition so that they can able to add unlimited number of users, even though if their business has been keep on growing. The flexibility is available to them. Now,
Firoz, question.
Yeah.
Like if I have an organization, these are the developer license, right? If I have 10 developers, I'm paying $300. If I take an unlimited edition, it's $300 into 10, $3,000 per month for that unlimited edition. But if these 10 people, for example, they did a website, and the website is external facing website. The external users would be thousands, right? So the Salesforce won't charge the the external users. Like for example, I have a media website. The website was developed by only 10 people in the Salesforce, so they're paying $3,000 per month. But external users are thousands. So how that works?
See, for that Salesforce is giving the community to you. So by using that communities, we can able to add the external users, thousands of external users. But for that external users, you no need to pay $300 per user. Salesforce is giving some thousands of external users to you by default, so that we can able to use those licenses. In the
it's not external user; it's a public-facing website. For example, any Hindu.com or Inadu.com. Right? So those are the publishing sites. So for how that works.
See, so for that one, no need to add any user because those are anonymous access applications. Everybody can able to access that. Just we can able to design a website. For that, Salesforce is providing site.com. By using site.com, you can design your websites also, and we can publish those websites into that internet so that everybody can able to access that without any proper credentials, without having any licenses over there. Thus, the people who is going to be developing that site and the people who is going to be publishing that site, that person should have the license. The remaining users, the people who are accessing that, those people don't need to have any license over there. Directly, they can access that.
Oh.
Okay. So, but there are some
Feroz,
features
one
also
question.
there where the people wants to log in. Like I suppose, for example, assume that we are having some communities are also available. So now, like we are having some partners, the partner people can able to log in into our application, and the partner will be having very limited access. At that time, we can able to have some partner licenses, and we are having some customers who can able to raise some cases logging into our community. So at that time, those people has to those people has to provide their credentials, username, and the password. For that, at that time, we need to provide that licenses also for that. But that is not that the $300 license. For the community, we are having the separate licenses are available. Yeah, tell me.
Feroz, one question.
Yeah.
In continuation with the question asked by Prem,
Okay.
kind of, if he has 10 developers, and after a period of time, say for example, 2 developers had left, and 2 other developers have joined, but the license is depending on the username, right? So the new developers will be having a new name. So at that time, but the total number is again 10. But how would Salesforce take this into
We will come to that
account?
point. Okay, we'll come to that creation of the Salesforce account. Okay, during that, I will tell you that point as well.
Okay.
Feroz,
Yeah.
one question. Suppose there are some external facing applications where, say it's an insurance website, and then you got to, where like, you could use front end as Salesforce, and user has to come in and create a login, user profile and all that.
Okay.
And every time they come in, log in, and they perform some business operations, right? So
Yes.
in that case, how would they be treated?
So now, so at that time, for that particular users, we are going to be exposing the community. In that community, we are giving the 2 options to the user. That user has to be added by our Salesforce administrator, or the user can itself have the self-registration. If he is a self-registration, then he can able to provide his details, and he can able to create his credentials, and he can able to log in into that. At that time, no need to have any specific license, because that is an external facing website, so that most of the community members can able to access that. If you want to enter into that Salesforce application, if you want to access that Salesforce CRM features, then we need to have that license. Because every user request has to be passed through the Force.com platform, where the user has to be get authorized by the Force.com platform. At that time, it will be verifying that user ID, it will be verifying that organization ID to which it has to connect, and then based on that, it will be allowing the user to enter into that Force.com platform to perform the operations.
And the only time the users have to get into the, they have to log into the Force.com platform is to do some kind of development, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Now, so now, Alan, yeah.
So sorry if you will have one more question. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, so in that case, if, like Mohit has a question about the insurance, right? For example, Geico is an insurance company. Like the same, like if I have implemented the Salesforce and it's done by 5-6 people, and they took the unlimited edition, they're done with this website and it published, and the user has to log in. External users, like if for example thousands of users, external user has to log in and create their account. So in that case, there is no limit on the external user. Like even I'm paying, for example, like 10 internal developers, like $3,000 per month, but it has thousands of external users. So Salesforce doesn't have any issues there because we have a heavy load and all those, right?
So no, it won't have any heavy load over there, because what happened is, whenever the people are trying to be accessing that Salesforce application, it will be creating a virtual copy to you. Because in that particular server instance, we are having some amount of space. Now in that one, you will be accessing that your applications, and you are accessing the Salesforce CRM. For each and every user, Salesforce is creating a virtual copy to you. Like as when coming to the general scenarios, if you want to access the same server, it will be preparing that we are using some virtual machines, like as VMware and the Citrix, like that. It will be creating a virtual copy to you. In that virtual copy, you can able to work upon, and then once you are done with that operation, it will be posting back those functionality or the operations back to the actual server. Like the same way here also it is going to providing a virtual copy, nothing but it is like as a separate copy on which you are working upon, and then so that it will be providing the very faster performance to you. In the backend, it is keep on synchronizing the data back to that Salesforce server itself.
Okay, there is no limit on the external users in that case.
No limit.
I can have thousands.
Yes.
Thank you.
No. So now, along with this 6 paid editions, Salesforce is offering a free developer edition also to us. So now, when coming to the free developer edition, we are having the 2 flavors again. One is a 30 days trial version, and the second one is a permanent account, where it cannot get expired. We can able to use it lifelong also. If it is a 30 days trial version, then after the 30 days, automatically your account will be getting locked. You cannot able to access that application. You cannot reset the password also. So for that, as a best practice, in order to implement our applications, in order to do the practice for our Salesforce course, we are going to be using this permanent account. Then how can we create this permanent account? So what are the steps, what are the process we to create this permanent account? And then what is the benefit of giving this free developer edition to the users? Now we will see. Now, suppose for example, I'm having a mobile device. Assume that this is my mobile device. Inside my mobile device, I'm having so many mobile apps out there. Like a small mobile apps are available here. Whenever they have developed that application, the mobile device, they have provided some small mobile apps they have installed inside that. So now we are having some mobile apps are installed ready-madely inside my mobile device whenever I'm purchasing that mobile. So now we are having few mobile apps are available installed ready-madely inside this. Now I'm using my mobile, it is working fine. Now there is no issue with this mobile device. Yeah, each and every feature is working fine. So now along with these existing mobile apps, I want some more apps also. Then what we can do? I want to install some more apps. Like to perform the banking transactions, I want to install that banking related mobile apps. In order to perform some insurance processes, I want to install that mobile app.
We need to go to
do some
store.
as junk cleaner, we need some mobile apps. Then what we can do?
We need to go to store and download the app.
Okay, now correct. So now at that time, when coming to the mobile device, you will be having a small app is available that is called as an app store or a play store. So now we are having an app store or the play store. So now in this app store or the play store, what we have? What we have inside that? This app store or the play store, this is nothing but a cloud space which contains a collection of mobile apps. So now from my iPhone, I can able to access that app store. Inside that, we are having so many mobile apps are available here. Inside that mobile app, app store, we are having some thousands of applications are there. Now, who has implemented those applications? The Apple people. Or if it is a Play Store, then who has implemented that? The Sony mobile people? Or the Samsung mobile people? No. So now these mobile apps has been developed by the different organizations or the individual people also. Because we are having some gaming applications out there. These gaming applications has been developed by some different gaming organizations. We are having some banking applications out there, which has been developed by the banking people. We are having some community applications out there, which has been developed by some other organization people. We are having some memory cleaner applications are there, some junk cleaner applications are there, some battery doctor, like that. We will be having so many other applications are also there, which has been developed by the different organizations. We are having some entertainment related applications are there, which has been developed by the different organizations or the people. Nothing but what happened inside that app store or the play store, we are having so many applications are available, which has been developed by the different organizations or the people. So now how these people has developed this application? By purchasing the license of that device? No. They're using the free developer edition, they're using the free edition of that particular software, and they're building that application and they're placing that application into that app store or the play store. Then why they have implemented this application? What is the use to develop these applications? Now, by developing this application, they want to generate some revenue. Whenever they're placing that application into that app store or the play store, then they're making that application as a free application or a paid application. If it is a free application, everybody can able to install that application on free of cost into your mobile device and you can able to start using that. If it is a paid application, then whatever the cost is there for that app, that amount will be getting deducting from your mobile balance automatically, and that will be getting transferred to the particular people. So now in this kind of scenario, whenever you are going to be using that Salesforce implementation, Salesforce is providing a free developer edition also here. Why? Because is not only the Salesforce CRM application, we need some other kinds of tools also. Now, then who are going to be developing those tools? Salesforce itself cannot provide all these thousands of tools to you. So for that, Salesforce is giving a free developer edition to you. You can take this free developer edition. You can have the test of our Salesforce CRM application. You can have the test of our first platform. You can have the features of our application, and then you can develop your own custom applications, and you can able to share to your customers also. So now by using the free developer edition, we can develop some applications and you can able to place those applications into your cloud space. Like as for the mobile application, we are having the App Store and the cloud. So the Play Store, App Store and the Play Store, like the same way when coming to the Salesforce, we'll be having a cloud space called as App Exchange. You're having a cloud space called as App Exchange. When coming to the App Exchange, this is nothing but a cloud space which contains a collection of Salesforce applications. So now these applications are belong to related to the IT category, administration, finance, marketing, healthcare, like that. All the kinds of applications are available inside that. Like as your Play Store or App Store into your mobile, for our Salesforce also, so many organizations are available, so many independent people are available, so many expertise developers are also there. These people has started using the free developer edition. They have built their own custom applications and they're placing those applications inside this App Exchange. Now, in this App Exchange, we are having almost 3,100 plus applications available inside that as of now. We are having 3,100 plus applications are available, which has been purely built upon Salesforce. So now if any of the customer needs that application, it may be hotel management, or it may be related to for the integration also. It may be from Gmail to Salesforce integration. It may be from Facebook to Salesforce integration. It may be for your financial planning. It may be related to your healthcare. It may be related to your financial functionalities. Whatever the applications are required, everything is available inside that. If this application is required for you, then we can able to install that application into your organization. So at that time, if that application is a free application, then we can able to freely install that. We can start utilizing that. If it is a paid application, then they can able to pay some amount. Whenever the people are going to paying that amount to that particular organization, at that time, 80% of that amount will be going to that organization, who has developed that application. And the remaining 20% of the amount will be going to the Salesforce. Nothing but what happened by providing the free developer edition, Salesforce is generating some revenue in the back end. Now, let's come to the general scenario. So now suppose, for example, we are purchasing some SIM cards in order to access the mobile network. Generally, we are paying some 5 rupees. Okay, 5 rupees. The people are conducting the various campaigns. So now we are offering the SIM card for you on 5 rupees of cost, and we are providing 40 rupees talk time. Now 5 rupees SIM card, we are investing 5 rupees, but we are getting 40 rupees talk time. Then how? How it is possible? So what is the benefit to them? Nobody will give the services to us on free of cost. Then why these people are charging 5 rupees, and then how they are providing 40 rupees talk time to us? What is the benefit to them? Nothing but what happened, whenever you are purchasing the SIM card, then whatever the details that you have provided, all those details are storing into their database, and then they are going to selling this data to the various people for their business needs. Nothing but with your data, they are going to be generating some revenue in the back end. From that revenue, they are sharing some amount to you as a free talk time to you on 40 rupees talk time. So nothing but what happened, nobody is providing the free services to you. They are getting some benefit in the background itself. Like the same way Salesforce also, they're providing the free developer edition to you, but internally in the backend, Salesforce is going to be generating some revenue where whenever, if you are using the free developer edition, if you are a Salesforce developer, if you know how to develop the application, then use that free developer edition, develop some application, and then generate some revenue by selling out this application to the various customers by placing inside that app exchange. So now whenever if any of the customer has installed your application, then he's paying some amount because your application is a paid application. So now whatever the amount he has paid to you, from that 80% will be coming to your account and the 20% will be going to the Salesforce. Nothing but what happened, but indirectly Salesforce is generating some revenue in the back end by providing a free developer edition to you on free of cost. So nothing but they're using that free samples options also. Because of this free developer edition, so many people are started using this, so many people are doing the practice on that, and they're going to be developing some application, and so many customers are installing those applications, and so Salesforce is also generating some revenue in the back end also. So now this is the actual process is happening when coming to the Salesforce. So now let's see here, what exactly this app exchange. So what is that, what it contains basically now. Now, in order to access that app exchange, we can able to use HTTP appexchange.com. By using this appexchange.com, we can able to see what are the various Salesforce related applications available inside this cloud space. Now, let's go to that applications. Now, so now this is that app exchange. This is the cloud space offered by Salesforce to you. So now, as of now, 4 million people have installed these applications. We are having some thousands of applications are there, almost 3,100 plus applications are available inside this app exchange. If you want to see that count, when you come down, you will be having that dashboard is available. So now we are having 3,126 applications are available as of now inside this app exchange, which are purely built upon Salesforce. So now these 3,126 applications are not built by the Salesforce people. This has been developed by the different organizations and the different individual people by using the free developer edition. And then they have placed those applications inside this app exchange so that they can generate some revenue also, or they can promote their organization also. So now for that, when coming to this app exchange, we are having some thousands of applications are available. So now these are the various applications are there. If you want to see those applications on category wise, then in the left panel, you will be having that categories are there. Now sales related applications, customer service, marketing, IT and administration, human resources, finance, enterprise resource planning, collaboration, analytics, like that you will be having so many categories of applications are there. If you want to see that associated category application, then click on sales. Sales related applications I want to see. In that sales, what exactly that you want? What kind of features that you want? Now inside that sales, it will be categorizing again. Compensation management, contract management, dashboards and reports, document generation, e-commerce, email and calendar synchronization, forecasting and territory management, geolocation, partner management, productivity, quotes and orders, sales intelligence, sales methodologies, others, like that. So many categories are there. So now when you go for this compensation management, then it is providing all the applications to you. What are the applications are there which are associated with the compensation management? So now we are having so many applications are available. Now think smart ones, and then exactly, and then sales coach, and then smart quota, and the Calidus cloud, and then Calidus cloud's commissions application, sales activity dashboard. Like there's so many applications are available here. Now from these applications, they are going to be clearly indicating what exactly the application functionality. They will be giving some information to you. And then what is the rating given by the customer for this application as of now? How many people are using this one? Now this think start one, as of now 7 people are using. Nothing but inside that braces they are giving that count. How many people have started utilizing this one as of now? Exactly. So now this application will be using by 71 people. And Salesforce is using by 16 people. Now, when you identify this application, you will be getting that rating given by the client, customers. How many people are using this application as of now? What is the rating they have given? How comfortable they are with this application? And then whether it is a free application or a paid application. Now, if it is a free application, they're giving that information here. Now, this is a free application. Now, clearly they have mentioned that. Now, here, this is a free application is available here. Now, these are the paid applications. When you come down, you will be having few more applications are also there. So now here we are having that sales activity dashboard. This is also a free application. When you come to these applications, you will be having that information. So now this is one of the free application. This is a free application. This is a free application. This is a free application. Like that here for each and every application, they are giving that information also. Now, so now these are the thousands of applications are available inside this app exchange, where as of now, 4 million people has installed these applications. We can able to cross-check that application here. Each and every application we can cross-check that. So what exactly the functionality? When you click on that application, it will be giving the full features to you. What they're offering, who has implemented this application. And then if you want to watch a demo, we can able to watch a demo of that application also. When this functionality has been released. So what is the price of this particular application? And then, which is giving that starting at $15 per user per month license. Discounted for non-profit organizations. Like that, they're giving the complete information, the details of that application. So what exactly they're offering inside this application. Now you can see each and every feature what they're offering inside that. And who are all the industries you can able to access. And then the reviews of that application. How many customers are using? 7 customers are using as of now. What is the reviews? What is the rating they have given? And who is providing this application? Nothing but who is the organization who has implemented this application. Everything we can able to cross-check this information inside this app exchange itself. If this application is exactly suitable for you, then we can able to install this application inside our organization. If it is a free and free of cost, we can install. If it is a paid application, we have to pay some amount to that particular organization. From there, Salesforce is getting some portion of that amount as well. So now because of by providing that free developer edition itself, Salesforce is generating some revenue in the backend. So now for that here, whenever the Salesforce is giving the latest releases, then not only for the free paid editions, Salesforce is giving those features for the free developer edition also. Now this free developer edition will be having almost similar features like as the unlimited editions, because this is very flexible to develop those applications. All the features are available to you. So that there's no chance of older version, newer versions. There's no chance of like as the free edition and the paid editions here. So now when coming to the unlimited edition, whatever the features are there, the similar kind of exact features are available inside this free developer edition. That much of flexibility Salesforce has given to you, so that more people can start utilizing our application, because more features are available and more bandwidth is also available inside this application, so that they can able to build their own applications and they can able to generate some revenue from that. Salesforce also will get some amount out of it. Now, so now that is the backend process happening in Salesforce, where Salesforce is also generating some revenue in the backend for you. Now, So now in this kind of
There was one question.
Here's one question. In that case, if I have only one developer, I'm running an organization, I don't have to pay anything. I can use the free developer edition. I can run my application there, right?
Yes.
So Salesforce is not getting anything in that case.
Salesforce won't get anything here. No.
So there was one question.
Yeah.
Suppose for placing the app into the app exchange, whether the organization which is developing that app should pay something to the Salesforce?
Yes. There is a process is there. If you want to place your application into that app exchange, first of all, you should be the member for that app exchange, so that we have to be get certified from the Salesforce. And then whatever the application that you want to deploy into that app exchange, first of all, we have to provide the documentation and the functionality and what is the object model that we have used, what are the features you are providing, everything we have to document, and the document we have to share to the Salesforce people. Now Salesforce will review the document and they will review the code also, and then based on that functionality, they will approve and reject. If they approve, then they will be providing one code to you, okay, one unique identification number. Based on that unique identification number, we can able to log into that app exchange and we can able to place our application into that app exchange. Directly, we cannot place into the app exchange directly. We need that approval from the Salesforce people, because Salesforce has to get verify whether this application is going to be making some harm to the Salesforce server or not. They will cross check everything. They will be having some tools. By using those tools, they will test your application. They will go through your code which you have implemented, and then based on that, they will approve or reject. Then only we can place our application into the app exchange.
Okay.
So you mean to say same like iOS, how they are like apps?
Yes.
Everything same process.
Yeah. For that, if you want to place your iOS application into that the App Store, then we have to get the permission from Apple people. So it will
all approval.
10 to 15 days. It will take some time to get the approval. Then only we can place that. Like the same process is also available here also.
Got it.
See, Firoz, I got a question. Like in one of our previous places, and this might be everybody has done it. Like very standard thing like we all do. Like, an address validation, right? So and you probably know, like Experian is one of the guys we had to go and get that enterprise Experian, they call it like data quality or address validation. They will do a lot of validation for that.
Okay.
And I see there is a app exchange product like they have. So will it so I say I have a application developed. So when you say I can use this, but I will still have to build a bridge between these two guys, right? Like my application in Salesforce and this Experian application.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Because okay, all right. That's all my question was. Okay, all right. Thank you.
No. So now, as of now, we have discussed about the various features of Salesforce. What exactly the SaaS, nothing but the Salesforce CRM application, and what exactly the platform, what are the various the CRM processes, the terminology, and then we have discussed about the cloud services offered by Salesforce, and we have discussed about the releases of Salesforce and the multi-tenant architecture and the various editions of Salesforce as well. Now come to the part of creating our own free developer edition. Because generally the people will directly start with creating the Salesforce application to you. So, but before coming to that point, you should be aware of all this terminology, so that I have given all this theoretical information to you as of now. So that when we go into that Salesforce application, you feel comfortable that all the terminologies you are aware of as of now. So let's create a Salesforce free developer account here. Then how can we create a Salesforce free developer account? In order to create a free Salesforce free developer account, no need to have anything into your local system. Just we need a browser and the internet connection. That's it. Two things are required, which are ready-made available in each and every device. So now, in order to do the practice, we are going to be using the free developer account, where we can do the practice, and then we can implement some small applications also inside that. Now, So now for this free developer account, till the before the winter 17, Salesforce has given 5 MB of data storage. Okay, 5 MB of data storage till before the winter 17. Winter 17 is available since this month of 15th. Okay, this month October 15th itself we got that winter 17. Already you are aware of that. So now from winter 15, winter 17, Salesforce has increased this 5 MB storage to 256 MB. 256 MB storage. Now in our free developer account, we can able to store some millions and millions of records also, because whatever the record that we are going to store, that record will be completely compressed and it will be storing that into that associated object, so that it cannot occupy more memory, so that the customers can store more amount of data inside that. Now, so now when coming to the free developer account, how can we create this free developer account? Creating the free developer account will be having the 2 steps. Now this is the 2-step process. Now, the step 1. So now first of all, we have to provide our details in the registration form, and then in that registration form we have to provide your details. That will be a very small user interface. It will be having very few fields. In that we have to provide few details. After providing the details, when you click on submit, then Salesforce is going to be sending these details to the Salesforce server. Now the Salesforce server will create an account, and then that account activation link will be forwarding to your email ID, which we have specified inside the registration form. Now, so now once you have received that account activation email notification to your email ID, then go to the second step, nothing but open that email ID, click on that account activation link, then it will ask you to provide the password, confirm password, a security question, and an answer. Now just provide these 4 details. When you click on change password button, automatically your password will be getting resetted, and then it will be logging into your Salesforce application directly. Now, then how can we create our free developer account? Now, in order to create the free developer account, we are having 2 ways are there. One is we can go to the directly the salesforce.com website, where you will be having an option called as start a free trial. So now which will be providing the 30 days trial version account to you, which is providing a 30 days trial account to you. And the second one is we have to create a permanent account, which will not get expired. In order to create a permanent account, we are using a separate URL. That URL is https://developer.salesforce.com/signup. So now this is the URL we are using, developer.salesforce.com. Nothing but I want to use that Salesforce services, where I want to create a free developer account, so that please provide me the sign up form so that I can provide my details in order to create a new account. So now everybody should have your own Salesforce account. Now you can raise a question also. Whenever I'm creating an account, Salesforce will be having the 3 regions are there: North America region, and then you will be having Europe region, will be having the Asia Pacific region. Now in which region server it will allocate the memory? Inside this particular registration form, you will be having a field called as country field. Based on the country which you have selected, it will be identifying whether this country is associated with which region. In that region, what are the available servers are there? In which server we have the required amount of memory, then it will identify, and then in that server it will be allocating the memory for you, so that your application, your data, everything will be getting researched inside that same server. Now, you are aware of those regions. You are aware of the range of those instances available in each and every region also. In North America, we are having NA0 to NA45. In Asia Pacific region, we are having AP0 to AP4. In Europe region, we are having EU0 to EU6. Like that here in each and every region, we are having the associated instances are available here. Now, come to that first step of creating that Salesforce account. So now log in into that website. Nothing but just launch that website. HTTPS.
Because I already have this account, so I created long back. I'm using that. Will I get a 256 or 5 MB because I've created before this winter 17?
Yeah. Now you will be getting the 256 amount of memory. You can cross check that. I
So-
will show you that. How can we see that information?
So do you want me to create now, or I already have the account?
If you are having already an account, then you can use the same. No problem. Because you are having the multi-tenant architecture, so that every time whenever Salesforce is giving the latest release, your account also will be getting upgraded with the latest release.
Yes.
Okay. So now we have to launch this website, that is developer.salesforce.com/signup, and then it is a very small user interface. No need to spend much time to enter the data. Now just to provide the details, like it will ask you to provide your first name, it will ask you to provide your last name, your email ID. So now whenever you are providing that email ID, please provide the valid email ID, because to this email ID only you will be receiving the account activation link in order to activate your account. So that please provide a valid email ID and then specify your designation. Now Salesforce is providing a pick list to you. Inside that you will be having few options inside the designation, like as administrator or the developer or the architect or the manager, like that. Don't think if I'm selecting developer, it will be giving much less features. If I'm selecting architect, more features, not like that. Because just for the information, they would like to get that information. That's it. Now you can select any of the designation, whatever you want. Company. So now provide that company name here. So now if you want to provide your company name, then you can provide, or else if you want to make it as some different name, some specify some MNC or XYZ, ABC, anything. It won't cross check with this name, do we have a company or not? It won't cross check. Just for the information, it will be capturing those details for you. And then select the country from the pick list. So now depends upon the country. Suppose for example, if I'm selecting some India, because I'm associated some India, so at that time, India will be comes under the Asia Pacific region. So now at that time in Asia Pacific region, what are the servers are there? We are having the servers AP0 to AP4. So now in this region servers, in which server the required amount of memory is required, it will be identifying, and then it will be allocating the memory in that associated region server to you. Now if you want to create an account in the North America region, then you can select the country as some USA and then select enter the associated zip code also. Then automatically we can create that account in that associated regions also. So now one person can have multiple developer accounts also in the same region or in the different regions also. But username should be different. This email ID we can mention the same for all the accounts also. That possibility is available to you. Now, after that, specify that zip code, nothing but the postal code. And then we have to specify the username. Okay, this is most important. Now username is a unique field. With one username, we can able to have only one Salesforce account, and that too, this username should be in email ID format. Okay. This username should be in email ID format here. So now it won't cross check with this name. Do we have any email IDs available or not? Simply it will be in the email ID format. We can specify like as some ABC at the rate some XYZ also, xyz.com. Okay, it won't cross check with the name ABC at the rate xyz.com. Do we have a valid email ID or not? It won't cross check that. Simply the username should be in your email ID format. That's it. After that, select the terms and conditions checkbox. And once you enter all these details, then you will be having a button is available, sign me up. So now as soon as when you click on the sign me up, now Salesforce is sending these details to the Salesforce server. Now it will verify with this particular username, do we have already an account has been created by somebody else or not? If somebody else has created the account, then it will not allow you to create a new account. So now because with one username, we can have only one Salesforce account, not the multiple. But Whenever you are creating the multiple Salesforce accounts, we have to use the different email IDs, nothing but the usernames, but the same email ID we can use over here. This email ID may be same also we can use for the multiple Salesforce accounts. Now, so now as soon as when you click on that sign me up button, it will be sending all these details to that associated Salesforce server. Now it will verify based on the country and based on the zip code and based on the username. It will identify those details and it will be creating a Salesforce account. Once the Salesforce account has been getting created, then it will provide that account activation link to your email ID. So now, in the second step, go to your email ID and open that email which you have received from the Salesforce, and then click on account activation link. That is, it is providing a button called as verify account. So now as soon as when you click on verify account button, in order to activate your account, it will ask you to provide 4 details. Provide your password, enter your confirm password, and select the security question. And then enter the security answer. And then click on change password. And click on change password button. As soon as when you click on change password button, whatever the password that you have entered, that password will be getting resetted for your account, and immediately it will be redirecting you to your Salesforce account automatically. So now we'll see practically how can we create our Salesforce account. Now let me show you that. Because for the next session, everybody should have your Salesforce account. You can create multiple Salesforce accounts also. One account in North America region, one account in Europe region, one account in Asia Pacific region. Like that, we can able to create the multiple Salesforce accounts also. Or in a single region, we can have the multiple Salesforce accounts also. You can use the same email ID, but the username should be different for each and every account. That we have to cross-check. Now, let's see how can we create our own Salesforce account. Now you can use any browser. I'm loading that page, https developer.salesforce.com/sign up. So now it will ask you to provide the basic details to create a new Salesforce account. Now it is giving that information to you. Now get your free very own developer edition. A full featured copy of force.com for free. Nothing but this is a free developer edition we are going to be using from now onwards. Now, this is a small user interface so that no need to spend much time, no need to waste our time. So now this is a small user interface, just we have to provide some details. Provide the first name. I'm giving that training. I'm giving my email ID so that I can receive that account activation link. I have entered my email ID inside that the email ID field. Select the role. You will be having that 4 roles are available here: developer, architect, administrator, IT manager or executive, business manager or executive. Like that, you will be having some designations. Select any of the designation. Okay, don't worry about that. If I'm selecting developer, less features, not like that. For everyone, the same features will be available to you. I'm selecting like as a developer. Company name. I'm giving some company name as some MNC. Okay, you can give any name. It won't cross-check with this name. Do we have a company is available in the industry or not? It won't cross-check that. So that we can give whatever the name, ABC or XYZ, anything. Now, select the country. Okay, this is very important here. Depends upon the country which we have selected, it will be allocating the memory into that associated regions, the server team. Now I'm selecting that country as from India. So now India will be comes under Asia Pacific region, so that my memory will be getting allocated inside that associated instance. Now enter the postal code. I'm entering the postal code. Now specify the username, which should be in your email ID format. They're giving a watermark to you inside the text box. Example, name@yourcompany.com. Nothing but this should be in a email ID format. So that I'm giving that information. Salesforce dot training 2016 at some gmail.com. So now here I'm giving that username salesforce.training 2016 at gmail.com. So this is the email username that I would like to use.
Firoz, I think double L you type at Gmail.
No, not that double L. This will be IL only. Okay, but in that it will be looking like to you now. So once you have entered, then select that checkbox. I agree the terms and conditions. And once you select the checkbox, click on sign me up button. So now it is going to be sending the data. It is validating whether do we have the duplicates or not with this account. If the accounts are not available, then it will create an account. It will be redirecting you a new page here. Nothing but it will be giving that functionality to you that the almost there. Please check your email to confirm your account. Nothing but your account has been created and it will be sending that account activation link to your email ID. Now you can go to your account activation link. I'm logging into my
Firoz, this is a 30 days trial account, right?
No. It's a permanent account.
Permanent account? Okay.
It's a permanent account.
How can we differentiate? Like,
if it is a 30 days trial account, on the top of that, it will be giving that 29 days left, 28 days left, and the 27 days remaining. It will be giving that information to you. But if it is a permanent account, it won't give that information to you.
Okay, thanks.
So now I'm logging into my Gmail account. So now I have received that notification from that Salesforce like your developer edition login information. Now open that account. You will be having that account activation link. So now this is the account activation link is available to you here. So now this is a username and which we have entered while creating that account. Now just click on this account activation link. Now it will be opening into a separated tab for you. Now it will ask you to enter the password, confirm password, security question, and the answer. So now provide all these 4 details and click on change password button. Then automatically your password will be getting resetted and it will be redirecting you to that login screen, enter into that application directly. From there, we can able to log in your application. So now it will be asking you to enter the new password for that. Now this is the account username which we have entered. Now must have at least nothing but you can select any of the option. If you don't want to select, then leave it, no problem. Enter your password. I'm entering the password. I'm entering the confirm password. And then you can select any of the security question and the answer because we can able to use the security question and answer in order to reset the password in future if you forget about this password. So now here I'm selecting that question. I'm entering some answer. And then click on change password. As soon as when you click on change password, your password will be getting resetted and it will be redirecting you to the Salesforce application. So now this is the Salesforce application view, the look and feel, and the user interface. So now you will be having all these features available to you here. So this is the Salesforce application view. Now currently we have logged in. Now it is giving that information. This is the user who has logged in training Salesforce. Now if you want to sign in from your application, then you can able to sign out here. Okay, click on log out button. As soon as when you click on log out, you will be signing out from this application. So now once you have created your account, if you sign out from that account, in order to log in your account directly, from next time to log in into your account, please use https login.salesforce.com. Okay, login.salesforce.com. Once you have created your account, then it will be redirecting you to that Salesforce application. You can perform whatever the operations that you want. Once you log out, in order to log in from the next time, we have to use a URL called as login.salesforce.com. So now when coming to the login.salesforce.com, it is providing the login screen to you in order to log in into that Salesforce application, where we have to provide our username and the password to log in into that application. So now Salesforce is maintaining the security for your application also here. Suppose today I have created the account in my laptop. Now, tomorrow, if I'm accessing the same application from another system, then it will ask me to provide the OTP. It will ask me to provide my identity, whether I'm the person who has created the account or not. So that it will ask you to provide the OTP here. That OTP it will be sending to your email ID, or if you want to send it to the email mobile number, then you can provide your mobile number also. To that mobile number, you can receive that OTP. Now, like as in the banking transaction, here also we need to provide that OTP, one-time password. So now you will be having that login screen. You can specify that https login.salesforce.com. So now it is providing that Salesforce login screen where we have to enter the username and the password. So now here we are entering our password, username and the password. I'm entering my username and I'm entering the password. So now click on login. So now it will ask you to provide your mobile number. Okay, so that in future, if you are facing any difficulty while logging, then it will send the OTP to your mobile number itself. If you don't want to enter that mobile number, then simply you can click on that. I don't want to register my phone. Or else if you want to make it remember in next time, then click on remind me later also. Okay. So it depends upon the country. We can select the country and then we can able to enter your mobile number also. So now I'm clicking on remind me later. Okay, please remind this information later so that I will enter my mobile number. Now this is my Salesforce instance is available here. This is a look and feel of your Salesforce organization. Now each and every account, each and every Salesforce account which you have created, it is called as a Salesforce organization. Now observe this one. When coming to my Salesforce organization, let's come to that URL part. In the address bar, we are having that URL. I'm copying that URL. I'm pasting that URL over here. So now tell me here, in which region it has allocated the memory space to me? In which region server it has allocated the memory space to me? How do we do?
Asia Pacific.
Asia Pacific. So now here, when coming to the URL, here you will be having that AP2, nothing but ap2.salesforce.com. Okay, ap2.salesforce.com. Nothing but my application and my data and my documents, everything will be getting resides inside that AP Asia Pacific region's server instance number, that is AP2. Because in AP Asia Pacific region, in AP2 server, it has identified the required amount of memory so that it has created my account inside that AP2 server. So now so that here, directly we can able to cross check in which server your account information, your data will be getting resides inside. If you are selecting the country as some US and if you are entering some different zip code, at that time it will be providing that information about that North America, NA24, NA41, NA42, NA43, like that. So it depends upon that country which you are selected, it will be going to that associated region. In that region, what are the available servers are there, it will cross check that. And from there, in which server the required amount of memory is available, it will create that account inside that server itself. So now in AP2 server, it has identified the required amount of memory so that my account has been created inside that AP2 server. Okay, now. So now come to this one. So now inside the top right corner, left corner, you will be having that Salesforce logo. Now they are going to be clearly indicating this is a Salesforce application. Now, along with that, you will be having that current release logo. Now this logo is called as a current release logo. Now this is a 17, nothing but winter 17. Then how do we know whether this is a winter 17 or not? So that we can able to click on that home tab. You will be having that home tab is available. Just to click on that home tab. Now it will be giving that information which release you are using. Now here in the right corner, you will be having winter 17 for developers. Nothing but this is a free developer edition. Okay, this is a free developer edition which you are using right now and which is of the release of winter 17. So that we can able to cross check this information as well. Now, whenever the Salesforce is giving the latest release, that is Spring 17, then at that time this image will be getting changed. The Salesforce logo will be as it is, but this image will be getting changed whenever they are giving the latest release to you. And then, now it will be giving the currently logged in user information. Now it is giving the setup information so that we can able to configure and we can set up some users, we can use the entire Salesforce instance. Now you will be having the help documents are also available by click on that help. Now, by default, Salesforce is providing some ready-made applications to you. Already we have discussed, like during that The Sales Cloud, Salesforce is providing two applications to us. One is marketing, second one is sales. And during the Service Cloud, we have discussed Salesforce is offering one application called as Call Center. And along with that, Salesforce is offering few more applications like as the site.com, App Launcher, Communities, App Exchange. These are all are nothing but the Salesforce provided applications. So now when coming to the applications, we can cross-check what applications Salesforce has provided to you. Now, this is the applications list. When you expand that, it is providing all those applications to you. These are the various applications offered by Salesforce to you. Now, from those, sales is one application. Call Center, Marketing, App Launcher, Community, Site.com, Salesforce Charter, Content, App Exchange, Developer Community, Success Community. Nothing but these are the various applications provided by the Salesforce to us by default. So now you can raise the question also. So now I'm learning this Salesforce. After 2 months or after 1 month, I'm going to be joining into a job as a Salesforce developer. Whenever I'm working on that Salesforce applications, if I'm facing any difficulty, if you have stuck up in anywhere, then who will help you out? Salesforce is a new technology. Salesforce is not a new. Salesforce is available in the market since almost 16 years. Then who will help me out from that problem? So now for that here, don't worry about that. We are having some millions of community people are available. We are having developer community. We are having success community. Salesforce is making all the Salesforce developers into a single platform that is community. Now we are having two communities given by the Salesforce to you. One is developer community, second one is success community. So now what exactly this developer community, what exactly is success community here? Whenever you are working on some development activities, nothing but by using Force.com platform, while writing the Apex programming code or the Visual Force page code or the trigger code at that time, if you are facing any difficulty, if you are stuck up in anywhere, if you don't know how to go ahead, then at that time, you can able to post those questions inside the developer community. In the developer community, some millions of members are available who are working on Salesforce. Now, not only from the different organizations, the Salesforce support and the Salesforce developer people from the Salesforce R&D team itself, those are also the members of this Salesforce developer community. So that if any of the member has come across this kind of scenario in the past, then they will provide the solution to you. Or else you will be getting the solution from the Salesforce, the R&D team people. So that here we are having some millions of members are there who are aligned with us who can help me out from a specific problem. Even though if it may be developer related, it may be admin related also. If it is a development related issue, then we can able to post into that. Now, for example, click on developer community. Now, it is going to be redirecting to the developer community to you. Now, so now this is the developer community is available here. So now in the developer community, we can able to search for so much information. Now, if you want to raise any question, then you can able to raise that question also, like as ask a question. Now, so many questions and answers are available here. Now, these are the questions and answers. Apex code development related, as of now, 56,379 questions and answers are available. General development related, 42,762 questions are available. Visual Force related, 29,110 questions has been posted as of now. So many people, and they got those answers also. Formulas and validation rules, APIs and integration, jobs board, other Salesforce applications, Force.com sites and site.com, Java development, Trailhead related, mobile related, Lightning related. So many questions and answers are available. If you want to search for a question or an answer, then we can able to type that information over here and we can able to get that information. If you want to see those answers, then we can able to see those answers also. These are the various questions and answers are available. Now, so many people has raised the questions and then they're getting the answers also from the different community members. So nothing but here we are having so many community members are there with us in order to help us out from a specific problem. If it is a development related question, then we can able to post into the developer community. If it is administration related question, then we can able to post into that success community. So that these are the two communities are available. So now from where we can able to get the help out of us. So what are the functionality, what are the feature, okay, where you have stuck up, we can able to get the help from by contacting these community members as well. Immediately, any of the member will give the reply back to you, or else the Salesforce support team people will they will be giving the response back to you. So that we'll be getting the support from the Salesforce support people as well as Salesforce R&D people and all the other organization peoples as well. So that no need to worry about that. Even though I'm new to the Salesforce, and then we are having so many members out there who will help us out. Okay.
Firoz, here, if you don't find any answer from that community forum,
Okay.
So ultimately we are going to send, we are going to take a support from Salesforce, right?
Yes, yes, yes. If
For
you
that
are
one,
using
will
the
it be free or,
yeah, tell me.
for that one, will it be free or it's a paid support from Salesforce? Like,
No, it's a free.
see, Oracle support.
Yeah, it's a free support. It's not the paid support.
Okay.
It's a free support from Salesforce.
Okay.
Now, so now when coming to the Salesforce, they have provided so many applications to us. Now we are having the marketing application is there, call center, app launcher, community, so many applications are there. If you want to go to that marketing application, just expand that menu, click on marketing, so that you will be redirecting to the marketing application. Whatever the objects are required, you will be able to access over here. If you want to go to that sales call center application, click on call center. Now you are into the call center application right now. If you are into that sales, then you can click on sales application. Now we are having that sales.
What is that community application?
Now,
what is the difference between that one and the developer community and success community?
In this developer community and success community, we can able to post our questions and we can able to get the answer from the different community members. But this community is, we are going to be defining our own organization. For our organization, we would like to define our partners. Our partners should be in a separate community so that they can able to communicate with each other. They can able to access our functionalities, all our partners. Whatever the sales related features are available, those features they can able to access. And then, because those are all the sales partners of our organization who are going to be taking care of sales of our products or services. Now, we are having our customers also. In order to raise their customer cases, in order to check their solutions, they can able to use some portals. For that portals, we are using the communities as well. By using these communities, we can able to develop our own portals where our partners, our customers can able to log in into that, and they can able to raise their questions, and they can able to store some data also inside that.
So this is organizational level.
No, this is
development community and success community are global, right?
These are the global. These are provided by the Salesforce tool. Okay, just to provide some questions to get some answers from that. This is based on our organization. We can define our own communities here. Now.
Okay, thank you.
Now, so now currently we are into that sales application. Like that sales, call center, marketing. If you want to develop your own custom application, like as banking, finance, insurance, warehouse management, then you can develop your own custom applications also. The flexibility is available to you. Next. Now, inside this application, you will be having the tab bar. Now, this is the tab bar is available to you. So now on this tab bar, you will be having so many tabs are available, like as home tab, chatter tab, campaigns tab, leads tab, accounts tab, contacts, opportunities, forecast, contracts, orders, cases, solutions, products, like that. So many tabs are available here. So nothing but each and every tab is going to be describing this is nothing but an object, nothing but a table. Now, so now observe this one here. When coming to the tab bar, you will be having so many tabs are available here, like as the chatter, campaigns, leads, accounts, contacts, opportunities, everything. Now you are aware of what is a campaign, what is a lead, what is an account, what is a contact, what is an opportunity, case, solution, everything you are aware of. Nothing but during the CRM process, we have discussed about this terminology. So now, when coming to the tab bar, we are having so many tabs are available. How these tab names are look like to you? Campaigns, leads, accounts, contacts, opportunities. Nothing but what happened, each and every name will be looking like as a plural name. Okay, like as campaigns, leads, accounts, contacts, nothing but all are the plural names are available here. So why they are following this particular notation? When coming to the Salesforce, they are providing so many objects to you. Okay, they are providing so many objects to you. Nothing but objects means table. Already you are aware of that. So now we are having that campaigns. So now as soon as when you click on campaign, the associated home page will be getting open for you so that we can able to manage your campaign records. If you want to see the existing campaigns, now you will be having in this home page, you will be having that functionality. Now you can see all those campaigns. All active campaigns are my active campaigns. Now we can able to cross-check that. When you click on go button, it will be providing all the active campaigns available inside that organization. So these are the campaign details are available so that we can able to cross-check that. Or if you want to add a new campaign, then click on new campaign so that it is providing a graphical user interface to you where we can able to provide your own information in order to add a new campaign. If you want to add a new lead, simply click on leads tab, then it is providing a separate home page to you, and that we can see all the lead records which are given by the Salesforce to you by default. Salesforce is giving some ready-made lead records to you so that we can able to have a look into that, what kind of data that we need to enter in each and every field inside that. So how can we create the lead record? Everything Salesforce is giving some ready-made lead records, and that we can able to do some small practice as well. Or else you can create your own lead record also. If you want to create the lead record, simply click on the leads tab and then click on new button. It is providing a graphical user interface to you so that we can enter some data and we can create your own new lead record by click on the save button. You will be having that accounts tab. Now we can able to create some account records. We can see that existing account records also. Now for each and every tab, it will be associated with an associated object. Now campaigns tab is associated with the campaign object. Leads tab is associated with the lead object. Accounts tab is associated with the lead account object. Contacts tab is associated with the contact object. Like that, every tab is associated with an object. Now we are having so many tabs are available here. Along with that, at the end, it is providing a plus symbol to you. So what do you mean by this plus symbol here? Plus symbol is going to be indicating that not only these tabs, we are having few more tabs are also available, but because of the lack of the space, we are unable to display all those tabs on the tab bar. So if you want to see those tabs, then click on this plus symbol. Now, this plus symbol is going to be indicating all tabs. Nothing but you can see all the tabs available inside our organization. Now click on that plus symbol. You can able to see all the tabs available inside your organization. So now these are the various tabs are available, but all the tabs cannot be accommodatable on this tab bar, so that it is giving a plus symbol to you so that we can able to customize. Suppose, for example, if you want to show only a few tabs on that, then we can able to customize by using customize my tabs button. By using this customize my tabs button, we can able to show only those tabs which are required for you in the required order. Okay. Now these are the various tabs are available on the tab bar. Then how can we customize these tabs, and what is the association between a tab and a object, and how can we customize these tabs, and then how can we see those objects information? Everything we'll see in tomorrow's session. So now by tomorrow, everybody should have a Salesforce account. Okay, so please create a Salesforce account here by today, so that you can do some practice from tomorrow onwards. Clear as of now?
Yes, we are clear, Feroz.
Okay. So now regarding this Salesforce account creation, I'm going to be placing a document to you so that you can able to go through that document, and then we can able to create your own Salesforce account. So now let me share that document to you so that you can able to have a look into that.
Meanwhile, can you share yesterday's and today's section also?
Sure. Yesterday's session already have shared into that drive.
No, we are unable to see.
Yes, where?
It is there.
Yeah, yesterday
No,
I have shared that information, the document and the class notes, and then the video also. Everything I have uploaded into the drive.
No, I think. Okay, I will talk you. I will talk to you separately.
Okay.
No. You have shared with my, my another email ID.
Okay. So then, if you are having a different email ID, then let me know so that I will add that email ID on the drive.
I'm having some space issues with the existing email ID. I told you, right? I have given you another email ID.
Okay.
Another
Gopala.Vemigatti. Your name?
My name is Ram.
Ram. Okay.
Yeah.
So now this is the document, a PDF document I am uploading into the drive so that we can able to access that. How to create a free developer account? what is that URL that we have to use, what is that navigation, and enter the details, and then click on that Salesforce account. Okay, change that username and the password, and then we can able to log in into the application. From the second time, how can we log in? For that, I have given that complete documentation is available inside that. I'm uploading this document also, so that go through this one and use it as a reference whenever if you're facing any difficulty while creating your Salesforce account. Okay. So now you can try with the two accounts also. One account is from North America region, one account is from Asia Pacific region, like that. Try with that also. Yeah, tell me.
Can we use this account when we get hired by the company, like this free developer account when we go into the company?
Sorry?
When we use this, do we use this account for the when we get hired by the company? So by the developer account.
No. When coming to the organization, whenever you are joining as a Salesforce developer, those people will provide the access on the licensed account to you.
Okay.
Granting the access on sandbox. In tomorrow's session, we are going to be discussing about that landscape actually. Okay, what exactly is sandbox? How to log in into the sandbox, and then how can we log in into the developer account? How can we cross check whether it is a developer account or a sandbox? Okay, everything we can cross check.
So this developer account is the same, everything that editions also, right? Enterprise edition and develop this has the same exact storage.
It will be having most similar features like as your unlimited edition. Okay, very good features will be available over here.
Unlimited, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Tomorrow we have the session again.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Are we using the same link to join?
Tomorrow also the same link.
Excuse me, like Firoz.
Yeah.
Hello, Firoz.
Yeah, tell me.
Hello. Yeah, Firoz. Everyone is on the line.
Yeah.
I thought that some of them leave.
Okay. Yeah, tell me.
Like Anuj, except of the Mohit and Ram and Sridhar, and the rest of the people we didn't get any confirmation, guys.
Okay.
Already we finished our classes and we didn't get confirmation. Who got the payment? Who sent the payment? Those people only can get the link for the Monday session. Rest of the people will not get that link. Make sure by Sunday, end of the day, we have to receive the payments.
Now tomorrow we have a session, right, Ramji?
Tomorrow there is no class, and day after tomorrow also there is no class.
No,
On Monday
tomorrow we will have the session. Ramesh Garu. Tomorrow we will have the session.
No. Firoz, let me complete. We didn't get any single rupee, and we are giving in a 5 days of classes.
Okay.
It's not good, and let them pay everyone, and then only we can start the classes from Monday. Tomorrow there is no class.
Oh, actually, may I know, like Ramesh, so you are organizing these classes? So far, actually, we are in imagination that Firoz is organizing. Yeah, sorry, Ramesh.
1 minute. Let me complete. Who like Ram and Sridhar?
Mohit.
And
Mohit.
Except of these three, I'm talking with. Yeah, there's the three. You have any doubts, you can talk.